I was saying one of the most improved competitors on the circuit.
Yeah.
How much of a game did he give you out there today?
It's a tricky one. If he played like he did in the previous matches, he would probably beat me today, you know. But like he said, you know, he missed a few balls, let me off the hook a few times, and didn't put so much pressure on me. And I managed to pot a few balls and make a couple of decent breaks. But yeah, he wasn't far away from, you know, if he'd played like he had in the previous matches, I think he would have won.
The guys and I were chatting in here saying, just after the interval, did you begin to sense a little bit of weakness creeping in there with a couple of hesitation moments?
I'm never bothered by what my opponents do. I'm always sort of focused on, I'm always searching for a game that I think is going to win me a tournament. You know, I'm never sort of thinking, you know, you know, it helps sometimes if your opponents don't play great against you and you're not flying and you get through and you still win tournaments. But for me, I'm always looking like, you know, how can I get my game to a point where I think it doesn't matter who I play. You know, I'm going to go out there, play solid, and if I play solid, then, you know, the other guys have to play brilliant to beat me. So, you know, the satisfaction comes more in that than winning the tournament. You know, that's for me anyway. You know, if I was just happy to get to the last 16 quarters, I'd be like, okay, yeah, 1 or 2 matches. But it's hard to be happy with, you know, that when you're used to winning, you know, or you feel like you're capable of winning.
Well,
you came in with the last round and said you were unhappy with technique. It's hard to change technique overnight, isn't it? Like, you know, did you do anything different? You look strong today. I think it's just like a little like golfers have swing faults, don't they? Just one thing. Okay, that's what I'm just going to stick with today. And I've done it at the end of yesterday's match. I thought just continue with that. It usually serves me well. You know, it's kind of back to basics sort of stuff. But then it went again, and then you think, oh, you know. But then I just thought, just stick to it. You know, the worst thing for me is just going out there embarrassing myself. I don't mind losing. It's just embarrassing myself. You know, like missing balls. You know, it's fear, stage fright, whatever you want to call it. But it's just, you know, it's hard. You know, in practice it doesn't matter, but in matches you just want to come out and just do yourself justice. Losing, winning, you know, it's all part and parcel of the sport that we're involved in. You know, it's not like a 5-minute career; it's a long one. So you kind of brush bad, you know, losses off. They don't really matter, really. It's just like, am I doing myself justice out there? Am I feeling like I'm enjoying it out there? You know.
I think one of the fascinations we were talking about...
It wasn't like that for these guys. They were just intent on winning. So I know what I'm saying. It probably just doesn't make sense to these guys. So I wish I was more like Stephen. You know?
Well, funny enough, we were just talking about this.
Once, and he played so bad against me. I felt so bad for him. I was like, oh, and he just looked at me like I was mad. You know, you know, because I just want to play well. You know, Stephen's just like the winds, Tiger Woods, this different breed. You know.
Well, I was saying to Hazel before, we were talking about Hossein Vafai, and obviously he played so well through the week, but didn't play well today. I said, you can't teach that, being able to have it at the end of the tournament, not the beginning of the tournament. I mean, something just switches on. It's like you're a winner, and you become this different animal, and you're just going to get it done.
It's just survival, isn't it? I think that's sometimes the difference, you know, between still maybe having a chance of winning tournaments is that if you can win when you're not playing your best, you can win tournaments. I think that's a little bit what's happening with John Higgins. He's not winning when he's having them really bad matches where he used to, and then he's going to win tournaments. So I think that's like maybe something that we don't really appreciate.
Here's something that maybe you don't appreciate, in as much as thinking clearly under pressure is something you are so good at that maybe other players never achieve to the level you have. Thinking clearly under pressure is never really exposed, but when you need to clear up, when you're under huge pressure, we look at it, you still play with like an analytical brain and make the best positional shots. That's a skill you don't even know sometimes. Not saying you don't, we don't.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Playing well under pressure, playing well in intense, you know. I think you can learn that as well. I mean, Stephen's always had an amazing bottle from the first day, you know, but I think for a lot of normal people, you know, they come along, you might twitch a bit in your early thing, but as soon as you get a win, you start to learn.
Saying, like the more and more times he's out there, he's obviously going to get better at coping with it.
Yeah, I think he's going to win tournaments. I think
so talented.
Yeah, I think he's going to win tournaments. I hope he does, you know, he's so good for the game. He's a
great
fantastic
to see
player.
The rapport between them, it's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, I just done a silly break-off against him in the qualifiers, and I get what he was saying, and I feel gutted about that, you know, that he felt that way, you know, and obviously it's out of the way now, you know, because we're good mates, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you've got to say, and I know you're not motivated by numbers, because for every number there's another number, as you've always said. But, you know, it's 30 years since you beat this man in Preston. Yeah, incredible, really. So when you think back to that time as the 17-year-old Ronnie turning up, I've heard you talk about how it was almost a bittersweet moment, because on one hand, I'm sure you wouldn't swap the success you've had, but there was an innocence about that time, and your life has been a mixture of emotions, I'm sure, since then because of the success. How do you reflect on that first victory, Ron?
Yeah, it was an amazing time, you know. Yeah, Preston Guildhall, you know, just early in your career. I mean, it's an amazing venue, and to win a tournament there, playing, you know, I played Steve there, hero of mine, and Stephen in the final, another, you know, my two heroes, you know, beat him in the same tournament. It was like weird, you know, it was quite surreal. So, yeah, no, it was a good time.
Well, you're back in another final, a 9th final, Stephen.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you get to stage in semis and final? I used to get. You're trying to stop at someone else winning it rather than win it yourself.
I think that's what I'm at that stage now. I'm just hanging around.
You'd always see someone else with the trophy.
I'm just hanging around just to like so people don't get as good as a career there. If I could beat Selby here, Judd there, this one there, that's the UK you ain't got, that's the Masters you ain't got. I'm just here to just spoil their party.
Exactly.
You know? Ruin their CV. You know, I don't care about winning anymore. It's like, can I just make you look back at your career and think, oh, I could have had another 4 or 5 if it weren't for him.
But your CV was really enhanced here. It's been 5 years since you last reached this final run. In 2018, you beat Mark Allen, of course, to surpass this man's major records. I remember you up on the banisters here, really celebrating. Did you get good memories, good vibes of that venue in this place?
I love this venue. I love the place York, and I think it helps when you've got to play in a good city because you can go out and kill your time off. But I think it's a great venue. I'm not sure, they said it might be moving next year. It'd be a shame because York's been great for snooker and it's a good venue. Everyone enjoys coming here. So, but it's just a great tournament wherever it goes. I think.
Will you watch tonight? Will you watch the semi tonight?
I don't really watch snooker.
No.
You know, I try. I don't watch it. You know, I don't really like watching it, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah. I play better when I don't watch it, I think. You know.
Right. You've got no interest who wins. No interest who
You
wins.
start
Then.
watching their fly and you think, oh no, you've got to play them tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, I think Judd's going to be the hardest game. Isn't it? You know, he's winning everything at the moment and playing with supreme confidence. So, you know, listen, I will be going into that as probably the underdog. But like I say, you know, if I can stop him winning this one, that'll be another UK's missed out on.
Well, can I just finish off by saying what an absolute treat it is to have 3 guys in this studio, 20 world titles between you, and 18 UK crowns. Wow, absolute honour. Thank you so much, guys, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.